and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing really well. I'm just going to point out the elephant in the room here. My body is much more tanned than my face. I wiped off all of my foundation and then realised I was going to film this video. So I've just jumped on because I realised that if I don't get it up now, it's going to be far too late to do so. And today's video is all about my 2020 goals. I feel like 2020 sounds like such a lovely year. It's symmetrical, it looks nice, and I feel like I am all about positivity this year. I feel like I have so many kind of goals, not resolutions, not things that I would change, but just goals I have in my mind that I really want to achieve in the year. And what better way to sit down, share them with you, give you some inspiration if you're still looking to actually put some goals into play. It's never too late to actually set yourself some goals to achieve. And I just wanted to share them with you because I feel like it's really important to just share positivity, and that is literally the theme of this year's mantra for me. It's just, I'm done kind of being negative and thinking badly and things like that. For me this year, I'm going to just focus on so many positive things, and hopefully my goals will align with this. And yeah, I just kind of want to just sit down and chat with you all about them. I've written them all on my phone so I can refer to them at any point, even if I'm having one of those days. You know, we're all human, we're all going to have those days where we slightly dip. I've got them to refer to so I know that I've got a goal in mind and I'm going to pursue it. So, I'm not going to ramble too much, I'm going to get straight into it. And the first thing, 2020 is the year we're going to get married. I can't wait. I am so beyond excited, not only to marry my best friend, but also to have the same surname as Heidi, and I just feel like it's going to just put the cherry on top in our perfect little family, and I'm so excited. If you don't know, we're actually eloping to Florida, so it's going to be a small, intimate, lovely wedding. I'm so excited. We haven't even booked it yet because you don't have to do it like a traditional wedding like years in advance. You literally book it for a couple of months' time. So we keep looking at the prices of the holidays, and basically we're just waiting for it to get to a good price. So that's the first thing. We need to book, plan and get married, which is a huge milestone to achieve this year. But what an amazing one to start with. I just can't wait. I'm so excited, and we're going to be doing Universal and Disney, and I just can't wait. So that's going to be the first thing that we obviously want to achieve this year. It's a huge financial kind of strain in terms of there's a lot of saving involved, and so that is our financial focus really of the year. And yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's going to be such a magical couple of weeks, and I just can't wait to like finish the year off on a different surname as well. I feel like that's going to be such a strange feeling, but I just can't wait. Now the next one is kind of something strange, but for me it's all about living in the moment. I feel like I spend a lot of time apologising for just like living life, whether that's not filming a YouTube video. I might start off a video saying I'm so sorry I haven't uploaded in a while, or being on social media, I for some reason apologise for not being as active. And actually life is life, and it needs to be so enjoyed, especially as I have a child that is changing literally every day. I'm rubbish at texting people back. I am rubbish at maybe reaching out to people as much as I should do, but I feel like right now so much is happening at home and in our home unit, and I just want to enjoy every single moment. I don't want to have to apologise for not texting someone back straight away, and I often feel really guilty by not doing certain things that I feel like I should do, but actually those things I don't have to do. And so I'm going to basically stop apologising for like living life. I feel like that's such an important thing. So much of us get sucked into these, like, we should do this, and some things we do have to do, it's life, but the things that we feel like we have to do but don't, that for me is something that I'm just trying to take a step back away from and just enjoy everything, not be on my phone as much, things like that, where I'm just really enjoying seeing Heidi grow, develop, change. You know, this year's going to be a crazy one because at the end of the year she's going to be 2, so this year there's so much is going to happen in terms of her, and I just want to soak in every single moment. Now the next goal of mine is to read more books. That's not really difficult because last year I think I read 3 books in total the whole year, which is atrocious when I follow so many like bloggers that have read books in their 60s last year, and I mean, I would love to have that amount of time, but it's all about making time. I feel like reading puts me in such a great headspace. It's the best thing to do before bed. I'm a creature of habit, and I will often sit there on my phone, scroll through Instagram for 20 minutes and then go to sleep. Whereas that 20 minutes is going to be so much better spent reading a book, relaxing my mind, turning off my phone. I feel like that's going to be something that I'm going to repeat a few times, but just having that headspace away from social media and the reality world is going to be so, so important. And I've already picked up a couple of books. I picked up The Secret as well, which I think is going to be something that I speak a little bit more about, but that's going to be a book that I think I'm going to refer to throughout the whole year. And yeah, just generally read more books, enjoy reading and make time for it too. It's such a good way to relax, and yeah, I just really want to get more involved in books. I love it so much, I just basically forget to read as much as I should, so I can't wait to actually do that. The next goal is save money, and that kind of aligns with our wedding plans. And to do that, we're ideally going to need about £10,000 in the pot so that we can pay for the holiday, the wedding, spending money, the rings, the dress, everything like that. That's like our goal. So everything that we earn, that we can put towards it, we do, because it is a huge amount of money that we need to like basically get together, but we are halfway through, which is amazing. So saving money, I'm going to basically be going on another low buy this year in terms of makeup and beauty products. I have so much, I don't need as much as I actually need, so I'm going to do a declutter that room. I'm actually moving it out of my beauty room soon, so that all needs to be sorted through. So I'm definitely going to do a declutter video, show you what I keep, products, talk you through things. I love watching those videos, so I really want to film my own and just really hone in on the products that I love. I've noticed that I reach for certain foundations all the time, certain powders all the time, and I don't touch anything else. So it's kind of like, if it doesn't do something amazing for me, if I don't love it, why have I got it? Why not give it to someone that might love it a little bit more than me? And instead of buying products that aren't my favourite, just focus on those favourite products. So I am definitely going to try and save money just in all areas. I don't need really much more clothes, I don't need any more makeup, things like that, that I just, if it's not a necessity, I'm not going to buy it. The next thing is take care of myself more. Now, this kind of aligns with the book thing, where it's taking that moment to actually sit there and read. It's the same for when I have a bath, and just actually sitting there and making sure that I turn my mind off, making sure that if I'm having a really stressful week after work and I actually just need an hour of a weekend, to just ask my mum, not be afraid to reach out to people and just say, do you mind having Heidi for an hour just so I can recharge? I know for a fact that my mum would be more than happy with that. She loves spending time with Heidi, and it's just making myself a priority. Not a priority over anyone else, but just making sure that you look after yourself, because I feel like it's so true that you really need to be the best version of yourself to help other people. And so I just want to take more care of myself. I don't want to have to say yes to things I don't want to do. I'm not going to say no to things I do want to do, and it's just making sure that whatever I do makes me happy. And if I'm not happy myself, whether that's whatever factor, it's realigning that and making sure that I end each day on a positive note. Again, I have a 1-year-old, it's not always going to happen, but if I can predict that, you know, it's Thursday, I've had such a stressful week, I just need just an hour to just sit, even if it's just to sit and read a book, or even go to my mum's and go for a walk and exercising and just putting myself more first than I have been, because I've not made myself a priority in the last year. I feel like maternity leave was just a blur of autopilot looking after baby, and when I look back, I never really had any time for me, even though I had 11 months off. It's crazy. So I'm just going to make sure that I do make that time for myself, and if I can't personally make that time, ask other people for help, because it is really important. Even if you don't have children, you just need to look after yourself. It is honestly like one of the things that I've learned the most. I've learned the hard way, and yeah, I'm just going to make sure that I manifest that and make sure that I really put it into action, because it is so important. Next thing is I've just put remove things that don't make me happy. I've kind of spoken about that already, but in the general sense of things, like whether that's material things, whether that's people, whether that's relationships, obviously not my relationship with Rich, but just generally like people that I know, I talk to, I'm acquainted with. I just feel like I really need to make sure that those things make me happy. There are a few things that don't at the moment, and I basically just kind of tick along with it because I feel like I should. But I've really begun to learn that if I don't get something out of that, or if it's not the most important thing, then like what is the point? I feel like life is far too short. Again, something I've learned, that you know, you're not on this earth forever, and it's sad as hell, but you need to make sure that you're so happy. And what is a life worth living if you're not happy? It's just crazy. What is the point of, you know, doing things that you don't want to do, or talking to people that just drain you down? I feel like it's just the year to be positive and vibe positive vibes, and if you don't get positive vibes from someone, if someone is just like an energy vacuum that anytime you are around them or think of them, they bring you down in some way or don't make you happy, then that's just wasted time in my opinion. And so things like that I'm just going to make sure that I think more about, and just make sure that I am just 100% happy. And I'm really happy that I've kind of made that decision, because it's a tough one, you know, life is life, and sometimes you do feel like you have to keep up appearances with things, and you know, you feel like, oh, because of that it will lead to this, and it's just silly, you know, like you really do have to be happy. And if you're not happy around someone or something, then it just doesn't make sense. So I know that's a bit of a rambly point, but more in terms of my goals that I've written down, if ever I'm in that situation where I'm thinking, oh, I'm not happy, or I'm speaking to someone, or I'm just like in that mindset, I want to refer to this goal sheet and I want to think, right, you know what, remove things that don't make me happy. Either try and change it so that the vibe is different, or think, you know what, enough is enough. And I know that's quite a brutal one, and it sounds quite harsh when I say it out loud, but I think that it is really important for everyone to consider, because like political relationships are just silly. I just think it's a waste of time. I don't have time for it anymore. And yeah, that's a rambly one, I know. I hope that makes sense to people, because I'm just all about just positivity, and I know I keep saying that, but I think it is just so important. Now, my final kind of goal with that, before I go into the secret, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, is to exercise more. I know it's quite a simple one, and probably something that everyone in the whole world has put on their like goals sheet or resolution list, but for me, exercising more doesn't mean going to the gym 5 times a week. It doesn't mean taking 20,000 steps a day. For me, it's just making sure I go out, like every day that I'm off from work, I want to make sure me and Heidi are going out for a walk, whether that is a short walk around the block just to get some fresh air, or whether that's a nice seaside walk, coastal walk, things like that I just think so good for the mind. Plug in some music, not be on your phone, just going out in the great outdoors does you so much good. It is so important for the way that you feel, and you can see a bit of a trend in terms of my goals. It's all about feeling good, feeling happy, and exercising by walking is definitely one of my favourite things, because it's something Heidi and I can do together. She loves being outside too, especially come the summer. That's going to be amazing, because we got her a trike for Christmas, so doing adventures with that is going to be so much fun, and I can't wait. And there's so many lovely walks where I live. I'm so lucky to actually live in an area where you can just go out for a walk and it's totally fine. And so I'm going to make sure that every single day I have off, whether it be for 5 minutes or 50 minutes, I go out and we get some fresh air. Even if it's raining, put on a coat, it doesn't matter. And I just want to make sure that Heidi gets used to going out all the time. And yeah, just making sure that I feel like that, because it makes such a better feeling for me for the rest of the day. Like once I've got some fresh air, I feel so much better in myself. I'm all about this positivity, so going out, reflecting on things, thinking about what you're grateful for, what you're fortunate to have. It's just so important. So yeah, that's going to be definitely something that I want to make sure I do literally every single day that I'm off. Sometimes maybe there'll be occasions where I wake up on a Sunday and think we're not leaving the house, but generally I feel like even just taking that time to go out for 5 minutes just puts you in the best stead for the rest of the day. And the final thing I wanted to touch on is something that I kind of already said, was the secret. And this is something that I've seen so many people talk about how it's really like helped change their life and helped to visualize what they have and what they are grateful for, and also helps to attract things in your life. So that's by the law of attraction. The Secret is both a film and a book. The film is like an adaptation of the book. The film is actually on Netflix, so you can watch it for free on Netflix if you have it. I would recommend watching that first and then having the book as a resource to refer to, because even though the film is kind of cringy to watch in certain respects, like the acting is a bit like kind of 90s. It reminds me of like school videos that I used to watch at school where it was like reenactments, but the message in it and the scripture and the focuses is kind of what I listen to. It's something that I had in the background whilst I was feeding Heidi, and it made me really think so much differently to how I've thought before, which has kind of been the foundation to all of these other goals that I've put in place. And as I spoke about, a lot of positivity, putting yourself first, things like that, it really sets you up for feeling gratitude and basically attracting things in life. Because you're putting out positivity, you attract positivity. And that is something that I'm going to be preaching this year, basically. I've never kind of invested in The Secret before. I've never practiced it. I've never actually followed it in any respect. It's basically new to me, but already I feel so different in myself because of the way that I've been acting based on that. So I definitely recommend everyone to watch it. Even if you watch it and you think, that's crazy, what the hell? I think that even just having it in the back of your mind, if you manifest something and if you have a goal in mind that you really want to pursue, it will happen because of the fact that you're manifesting it and you're really passionate. And so it's just kind of like, although I've watched the film only recently, I wanted to make sure that I started the year on it, because I've heard so many people talk about it and recommend it and say that it's really helped their mindfulness. I have to agree, because already after watching it like a couple of days ago, it's all I've been thinking about, and it's really changed my outlook on life. Even though I've had moments where, you know, I have a 1-year-old, so there are moments that are really high, there are moments that could be really low, and I'm one of those people that when I get low, I often struggle to pull myself out. I often rely on other people to like build me up a little bit, whereas this is really teaching you to not feel that emotion, which is really important. Because even the other day, normally when Heidi doesn't want to go to sleep and I'm like trying to get her to sleep, she's having none of it. In my mind, I'm like, she will never get to sleep, and you know, she's so unsettled. Whereas the other day, when I was trying to get her to sleep, I was just thinking about how fortunate I am to have a healthy and happy 1-year-old that, although she doesn't want to sleep, in other elements of life, she's absolutely perfect and she's everything that I dreamt of. And just having that attitude, obviously babies can sense when you're frustrated and angry, and by having that attitude I actually found that she fell asleep a lot quicker because I wasn't like vibing negatively. And it's just that mentality that I really want 2020 to be about. I really want positive vibes only. I just want to make sure that everything brings me joy. I really want to focus on things that I'm grateful for. I'm going to have like a gratitude journal that I write these things down. And for some people this is going to be quite skeptic, because people are going to think like, is it really true? Is it really possible? Surely not. Is it like a sense of like religion in a way? But it's really not. It's just about the law of attraction, and it's so cool that you know, there's all this research that has gone into it working for other people, and even just having a positive energy, I feel like affects you so much better in life. So yeah, that's basically something I'm going to be following. I want to like document my journey with that on this channel, because it's something that I'm really going to invest into this year. And just, you know, I've set my own goals in my head in terms of things I want to achieve within certain time frames that I'm like putting out in the universe. And so that's something that I'm going to like try to document as much as possible, if that's on my blog or on this channel, because I think it's really important to show people that being a positive person attracts positive things. And that's basically my vibe for this year. I just really want to just focus on happiness, things that I have, not things that I don't have. You know, I live a life that I once really would have wished for when I was younger, and so it's just enjoying those little moments that instead of feeling like, oh, I wish I had this, or comparing your life to someone else, just being so thankful for the things you have. And I'm just so excited for this mentality to continue with me throughout the year. So that's kind of it on the secret. I'm happy to go into it more if you have any questions, but I really want to hear what your 2020 goals are. Let me know what they are down below, because I love hearing them. I love talking goals to people because I feel like it just sets you on the right tracks for achieving things and just being happy, because even though mine aren't resolutions in the traditional sense where it's like lose 5 pounds or, you know, take 20,000 steps a day, they're all goals that I have in mind that I can refer back to and think, right, does this bring me joy, or am I putting myself first, or do I need some downtime? And yeah, I know these are kind of like slightly different, but I hope you've enjoyed them nonetheless. I'm so excited for this year. I feel like it's just going to be such a positive year. As soon as the clock turned midnight, even though that was a struggle because my gosh, I was tired. My life has changed so much. As soon as it turned midnight, something just clicked to my head that was like, this is going to be your year. And that is such an amazing feeling. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video.